Hey man, welcome to the weekly Big O Show. It's Coach O getting on to talk about the Dirt Bowl. Oh man, you had a little vacation, so we didn't get to do it last week. But welcome back.
Thank you, man. Glad to be back. Sorry I missed out on you guys, man. I missed a whole week of Dirt Bowl basketball, some good basketball. So I'm just happy to be back in the country, man.
Man, look at man, you got to lay on the beach with your Speedo, your feet in the sand. You know, you had your little waffle shoes. It's good to get away.
Yeah, pinky fingers up, man.
All right, man. So where we at? Catch us up on everything.
Well, right now, man, we just had Super Sunday. We had an All-Star game this past week, man. So we're gearing up for the second half of the season where things like to pick up a little bit. Teams are fighting for playoff positions. I put a little playoff bracket up, you know, if the playoffs would have started today, you know what I'm saying? So people are starting to position themselves to get into position to, you know, finagle their way through the playoffs and navigate through the playoffs. So that's where we're at right now.
Man, it's a Super Sunday, man. They said Super Sunday was Super Sunday and again, said the crowd's packed. Let's talk about the ladies' game and what's the highlights from that and what's the highlights from the All-Star game.
Well, Super Sunday's not like it used to be as we were growing up. But we had vendors out there, we had food trucks out there, we had the crowd out there, we had a lot of excitement out there, and it was good to see the people come back to the park. And I'm glad the weather held up. So you know, that's always a positive. The women's game was phenomenal. We had Tia Gibbs, a former Miss Basketball, come in. She was the MVP. Of course, you know, we always have Chantel Presley. She's always a presence. She's always coming out and helping out and putting the team together. And Zariah Kavanaugh, she came out and had a team out. It was a lot. We had, I want to say, 15 to 18 young ladies to come out and participate, man. And that was real big. That was huge. And that's a highlight of Dirt Bowl, in my opinion. Yeah. Having those ladies come out, bringing their kids out, having their parents come out and still watch them be able to play.
Now the All-Star game, you mentioned Sam Paris being the MVP. How exciting was that All-Star game this year?
It was exciting for about a half.
I see a lot of missed dunks and layups too in there.
Yeah, it was exciting for about a half. Nick Keaton, who's the leading scorer, he led the game in scoring. Like I said, Sam Parrish had a phenomenal game. Of course, Paul Jones played in it. A lot of Magic were involved in it. Coach Truck was alluding to that during the game.
I became a Magic fan that day. Huh?
He was saying my Magic.
Yeah, sick.
And then a couple of Bulls played in it. Antoine Barber played. It was a real good game. Like I said, it was good for about a half, and then it got a little out of hand. Coach D2, you know, he took it a little bit more serious than Coach Newton.
Now a lot of people was upset by your early list. Now the Grizzlies was upset. You know, we got a special guest in here. He was upset about his Magic being third. He's like, man, disrespect. I ain't gonna lie though. The Magic don't catch no love. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh, the Magic get all the love.
Coach Truck, all the time about his Bulls, this Bulls that.
But Sunday at Super Sunday is home down. My Magic, we win and we riding.
Boy, don't do that. He gonna jinx the Magic. I'm telling y'all right now. That's bad luck. Paul been rapping. He is bad luck. Boy, I'm telling you. So what do you say about the people who's upset about the early list? I mean, it was accurate, though. You know what I'm saying?
I can only go by what their record is. And whatever their record is what it is. I can't do anything about it. The only thing I can do is just post it. The only way y'all can change it is win games. So win games.
So let me ask you a question. And within this, when you was doing it, the strength of schedule make a difference? How many points they win by? I mean, is that factored in any way?
Well, what we're going to do, we're always going to go head-to-head first and foremost.
Okay, gotcha.
And then from there forward, we're just going to go ping-pong ball. That's just the easiest way to do it because it's too much back work to go back and do points and because the schedule's not even. We have 17 teams, and everybody doesn't get to play everybody. So I think it would be unfair for one team who we consider a lighter schedule against an opposing team who's played a tougher schedule. So we're going to go to the ping pong method if teams end up in ties. But first and foremost, we're going to go head-to-head.
All right, man. So where we at right now? The Power 6 ranking.
My Power 6 rankings, we're going to start at number 6. We have the Sonics. They're 5-3 right now. They took a loss this week against the Bulls. They were in the game for majority of it, and just somehow, you know, the Bulls turn up at D, and it affects a lot of things. So right now I have them at number 6.
Dominique Hayden caught a body.
Yes,
He caught a body.
Not only Dominique, but Chris Coffey.
They said he did. I didn't see that. They said it was nasty too.
Yes. So
it was nasty too.
Yeah. So there you go, bringing up the Bulls. We talking about the Sonics.
How the Bulls defense? I mentioned the Bulls defense. I ain't Coach Truck. I'm even.
So at number 5, I have the Grizzlies. Right now, they're probably playing some of the best basketball other than the Bulls and the Magic. Right? You know what I'm saying? If they can get their big to stay and play on concrete, they may be affected in the playoffs.
So we're talking about
talking about Tyler Wilkerson, wing. At number 4, I have the 76ers. Right now, that's a young, talented group.
You've been talking about little Sam Perry.
Right now, he's probably playing the best basketball in the league right now. He's getting it right now. He was an MVP of the All-Star game Super Sunday. At number 3, I have the Rockets. They still just plugging along, man, and doing their thing with that backcourt.
And they found a head coach here. Where is Heavy?
Heavy is missing in action.
Where is Heavy sighting? I mean, come on, man.
He made an appearance at Super Sunday, and he was out and about, but you know what I'm saying, he's just off in the background right now, so he's just doing his thing. So the Rockets, they're young, talented, and deep. Young, talented, and deep. At number 2, I have the Bulls. They playing a lot of close basketball for me, and they're not just putting teams away the way I like to see them put away teams. You know,
maybe they playing with some playing like we said before. They probably playing with the rotation.
Okay,
trying to get it down. They got about 12, 15 cats on the bench, don't they?
Yeah.
They loaded.
Yeah, but they were shorthanded the other night against the Sonics. I think they had 7 or 8 players. But, you know, they're just not putting away teams away. I feel like they should be putting teams away.
Okay, understand.
And number 1, I have the defending champion, Magic.
Yes.
They are loaded. They play defense. They have scores. They have slashers. They've added a new guy, Parker Jones. He's nice. He can get it. And just being led by Paul Jones, who I call Gary Payton. He's a little
Pat Beverly, baby.
Everything starts with him on the defensive end, and he's their engine. So as he goes on defense, the Magic goes.
So let me ask you a question. We all know how he is on defense. So when he's able to put points on the board too, how much bigger is that for them?
That's a plus because nobody's expecting that.
Yeah.
And actually, he's actually shooting the ball better from the 3-point line this year than I've ever seen him shoot. So that the play he had against the Spurs? The Sonic. Yeah, the defensive play. He stole the ball, made the layup, put him up. When the Sonics had the game won, and that kid right there, man, the young fellow, he knows how to play ball. He's efficient in what he does now.
And I think cats don't realize he's just as young as them cats, if not younger. He's just been around it so long, you know what I'm saying? He was 18, 15, 16.
Yeah, he's been around.
Yeah,
he's been around forever. So since I've been gone, we've had 3 player of the weeks. We had Nick Keaton from the Wizards. He had a phenomenal week. He averaged almost 30 points a game. He had a 37-point outburst. Then we had Raekwon Evans, who plays with the Magic. He had a phenomenal week himself. He averaged about 25 points, you know what I'm saying, for the week that he was player of the week. And then we had newcomer Sam Parrish. He was also one of the players of the week. So, you know, we're getting a variety of players, a variety of teams representing our league, and which is good. So, you know, just hope that, you know what I'm saying, it continues. So we have a special guest, Paul Jones from the Magic. Paul, what's up, man? Nice to have you, man. Thanks for joining us.
Appreciate it.
Now, you've been in the Dirt Bowl since you were about 15 years old, right? Tell us a little bit about your role on how you got involved and how you end up with the Magic.
Oh man, that's a long time. First of all, it's in my neighborhood.
Yeah.
So it's already when I was little, my daddy, everybody used to play. Uncles, the real short court, so I was already watching it. I played Sun Bowl a lot, never lost. And then Junior Dirt Bowl, same way. So once they led like me, Debo, Haig, played with like the Lakers. Well, I played with the Lakers. They already started their Bulls. But we started playing a little bit together. And at first, I tried to venture off on my own because I was tired of playing with Debo and them. It's just too easy. But it didn't work. So I'm like, I kept losing and losing. And then D2 came. So really the next best option for me is like playing with a coach. So if everybody can buy in, whether we grow men or not, open summer league, if we can still listen to the coach, that's fine with me. It ain't a lot of bickering and all. I tried getting my team one time with my daddy coaching. It didn't work. Even me yelling at my daddy, it don't work. So once I seen D2, I'm like, I'm on you next year. It's been said every year. We was the Knicks, I think, for about, 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
And then we switched with the Magic. We made it to the championship every year. But we, of course, lost. But last year was just, I don't know. I think the basketball guys were just on my side last year. I don't know.
Okay, just to piggyback off of that, you know what I'm saying? Y'all as a Magic played the Bulls 4 consecutive years in the finals. Last year, y'all got over the hump. You said it was the basketball guys. I think it was a little bit more than that. In your words, what got y'all over the hump?
Oh, man, some additions. I'm going to say at first. Because, like, Ryan Fusey was a big piece.
Now, my understanding is I was told to ask about 4 points by Eric Daniels that were big points.
Eric's always going to come through. I don't care if he plays 10 seconds or the whole game. Eric knows how to play, so he's definitely my top 3 big dudes. Whether he's older or not, it don't matter.
Well, man, what I noticed in that game was the fact that you say, you know what, I'm taking responsibility in guarding Debo. You might have size on you or whatever. You still took on that responsibility.
I've been doing it forever.
I know you probably know his game.
Everybody
took on that
I ain't even doing
responsibility.
it because Debo stays working.
Yeah.
He stays working. He always knows his matchups. But even since I was in middle school, and he'll quote me on this, he's always been like under my skin every time when we play each other. But that's my brother. So in the lines, open gym or whatever, we're gonna go neck to neck. Everybody else really takes a step back. Like they let him hit him.
Yeah.
I like to be physical, so I don't know. It just that's tough.
I love to see it though. I love to see you get to mix it up.
You just brought up a name, Ryan Fusey. He was big for y'all. He was the unsung hero for y'all last year in the championship. He has not been here this summer. Is he going to get his 3 games in, or y'all just going to run? Or you're just going to run with the squad y'all have?
Everybody will be here. It's the second half of the year. The only 2 people we gonna miss is the people that's been here. They got a couple TBT games. Shout out Jacob Bates. He just played TBT last night.
Okay.
They barely lost 1 point, but y'all know how that goes.
Yeah.
Dylan Avar, DeVille with TBT with Michael Stone them. So they the only ones that should miss. But yes, everybody will be here.
Okay.
Man, I'm telling you what, man. One thing I love and notice with you is how you gravitate towards the younger cats. I watched you last year with the little Pacers team, trying to organize it and get them together. I watched you how you were acting that when you were saying prayers to them young cats. What makes you want to go above and beyond it and get them young cats and get in there and work with them?
Nardo, Scotty, like dudes of that nature. Aubrey, they did us like really. Maybe worse. Because I don't think none of the new generation can handle what we came up in. But just the motivation and mental, like, all right, you can do this, but telling us what we want her, even when we don't want her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like bringing you back to reality, even though you know you're a good player or whatever. But it's different than just putting the ball in the basket.
Okay, so right now, y'all sitting at 6-0. The Bulls are sitting at 8-0. Are we gonna see that?
We don't play nobody else for the rest of the year. So All we doing is getting our lineup better.
Okay.
Different matchups. Everybody's still getting the works.
Okay.
They my dogs right now. So regular season we cool.
So
once the playoffs start though,
look into your crystal ball. Do you see this being the 5th year in a row that the Magic and the Bulls are gonna meet in the finals?
for sure.
And Coach Truck gonna have both shirts.
For sure.
How about we win and rewriting at the end of the game?
I don't know about that. But I will say, I have no doubt. If it happens, whether we lose or the Bulls lose, kudos to whoever beat us.
Mm-hmm.
So I will say that, right? Earlier when I walked through the door, somebody mentioned we still don't get no respect. But over the last 6 years, it's been the top 2 teams. Whether we have 9 teams or 24 teams. We still the same 2 teams that's going to hash it out. Everybody from outside of Kentucky knows who our teams are. You know what I mean?
Do you see any team challenging one of these teams?
It's always a challenge because we just playing basketball.
Do you see any team?
But
is there any team that
everybody
you think
crashes
could?
out with that last 3 minutes of the game.
So you saying there's nobody that you can foresee beating the
The
Magic?
basketball guys already came for me. They let me go back to football mode on a Sunday night, and I caught the ball, and I don't know how the ball went in. I'm just be honest to everybody right here that asked me this question.
Mm-hmm.
But after that, everybody already's in messages and all like, you can't let no game get close.
Yeah, that's
Right.
Cool.
So we already preach on blowouts. We want to get 100 every game.
Okay. Okay.
Now, I can't speak for everybody else, but I don't see us losing. I don't see the Bulls losing until that last game.
Okay.
And every year is always a minimum of 5 points. It's never a blowout. It's never the game goes to the wire. So you definitely want to see it if it happens.
Oh, we're going to see a full Magic team come championship Sunday.
Y'all seen a full Magic team minus 1 player, and we won by 50 points.
We win and we ride. Y'all wrap it up on it.
Okay, man. Paul, man, we appreciate you coming out, man. Glad we finally got you out here, man.
Hey, man, one of the best athletes in the city that ever comes through here.
Yes,
I'm
definitely.
telling you, hands down, heck of a football player. I'm telling you what, man, kid could have been D1 Devin, great athlete, man, did his thing. So shout out to you. Keep doing what you're doing.
I do want to say one thing, though. Coach Nudie,
Oh.
Debo, don't man none of this until the playoffs start, okay? Shout out to you guys. I'll see y'all real soon. Real soon.
Yeah, we're back, dog. Ain't like you, dog.
Well, thank you all guys for tuning in for the old show, man. Thanks, Coach Bew, for another great show. We'd like to thank Paul Jones and Coach Truck behind the scenes, man, for asking good questions and having Paul come in here and do a great interview. Thank y'all for tuning in.